Hey guys, welcome to a really fun episode because today we are hitting the rocks in the brand new Ford Bronco. We're going to get some skid plate action, some approach angle challenges, all the usual stuff. But we're joined by a legend, a myth, an icon, a Forerunner, but a celebrity Forerunner.
I don't know if I would say that much, but it's great to be here. I'm Ryan Douthit from Driving Sports TV. We drove all the way down from Seattle for this little shootout.
And in this video, we're going to have a really fun off-road comparison, Toyota versus Ford. Alright, really excited for this shoot because we are going to be hitting some pretty gnarly terrain in these two vehicles. These are called the Ironclads, and on Onyx Off-Road they're rated a 6 out of 10. Check out Onyx Off-Road for all of your off-road trail guiding needs. They have a really cool platform and you can find the best trails and see all the difficulty ratings and download offline maps. But I'm really excited for this because it's gotten pretty gnarly out here. We're going to have a lot of great tests of ground clearance, approach angles, departure angles, of crawl ratios. Yeah, it's going to be all good. It's cold, it's snowing, but it's going to be all good. So first up, we're coming up to some ledges here. See how the Bronco and the Toyota handles this, and I realized I forgot to go into low range. So if you want to see me bobbing up and down on the trail in the Ford Bronco, you have come to the right place. However, if you want the perspective of this car, where should they go?
Well, for the Forerunner, you can go to Driving Sports TV, which is also right here on YouTube.
There we go. Out of two-wheel drive into low range. So Ryan, these are the ledges leading up to the Razor Rocks, and this is going to be super interesting. And already, even in 4low, running out of traction. It's gonna be time to, I think, lock up a diff or two here pretty soon.
I'm gonna go ahead and already turn on my 8-track.
Wow, pretty cool. So you got a little stuck and then 8-track on, and off you went. That was awesome.
Yeah, it really makes it like butter.
So Ryan, this is your personal Toyota Forerunner, your long-term tester. Why a Forerunner?
Well, every time I tested a Forerunner for the channel, I kind of wanted one. Now, will I keep it forever? Probably not. You know, the budget only allows for so many cars in my life.
So you had the SR5, you had the Limited, and all the different specs. Why the TRD Off-Road?
Well, the TRD Off-Road is the sweet spot. You get all the features of the TRD Pro without the price premium. So this, as we have it, don't quite remember what I spent. It was between 44 and 46, and that comes with all the crawl control, the MTS, and everything that you kind of need for off-road action.
So from a modification standpoint, stock, or is it modified, and what's going on here?
Okay, it is all stock with the exception of the wheels and tires. Now, these wheels are TRD Pro wheels. They are ones you can buy from any Toyota dealer. I think I paid $200 per wheel. The tires were changed out because that is the worst thing about the TRD Off-Road. It comes with just all seasons that are horrible when you take them off pavement. So immediately I switched them out with the Falcon Wild Peak, which is one of my favorite off-road tires. It's just a nice balance between on-road, off-road performance.
But yeah, very cool. So pretty apples to apples in terms of stock to stock.
Yeah, although your tire is about twice the width of mine.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And your vehicle's twice the width, so it's fair. It goes all the way around.
And twice as loud on the highway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, so as we approach the Razor Rocks, I'm going to pull out all the toys. I'm going to go rear diff lock on, front diff lock on, sway bar disconnected. And the danger here is that you can actually get pushed into this tree if you're not careful. So we're lifting up tires. I'm just taking it super slow, feeling the vehicle articulate underneath me. Yeah, this is pretty incredible actually. And then I'm just going to slowly start to crawl it. See if I have the ground clearance to avoid scraping on these rocks. Little bit of a kind of butt pucker moment there as my tires went shooting up in the air, but check this out.
I'm wondering how much ground clearance is on that thing?
A lot. I mean, we're talking, you know, 10 plus inches here. This is a first edition Ford Bronco, which means it's powered by a 2.7 liter twin turbo V6, a 10-speed automatic transmission, and the first edition is pretty much fully loaded at $63,000. Now, if you have seen the channel recently, you may know we recently did a comparison between the Ford and a Toyota, but not this Toyota. This one is pretty special. All right, Ryan, so are you all locked up? What are you gonna do for this, you think?
Well, for right now, I just have A-Track on. I haven't even bothered locking the rear. I just want to kind of see what A-Track can do here. Because if you buy a base SR5 4Runner, you have the same suspension and you have A-Track. So this is what an SR5 would look like on this.
All right, so this is the first attempt, A-Track, no locker. So Ryan's coming up to the hill. Okay, and then, yep, we're just gonna let it crawl just like that. Looking good from my vantage point here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
I'm going to say that I'm going to go ahead and put my locker on because I don't like all this shifting.
I think that's a great idea, and that line's looking perfect. I'll probably have you turn your wheels a little bit to the driver's side just because there's no reason to crawl up this mountainside all that steep, but we'll see what happens. You're looking good, yep. Go ahead and turn it a little bit more, driver. Nice. Looking real good. I like that. Yep, and you're looking good on clearance too. Whoa, hang on. Let's see what we're doing on the back here. You are shimmying indeed. All right, let's go ahead and reposition that a little bit. Yep. This is a 5th generation Forerunner. It's brand new, it's a 2021, but this one is really special because it's a TRD off-road, which I've always said is the one you should buy instead of like a Pro or an SR5. And in this video, hopefully Ryan will prove that correct. Now this is a 4-liter V6 and a 5-speed automatic transmission, but it still is all the off-road gear you'd come to expect out of a Pro. So it's got the crawl control and the rear locking diff and the multi-terrain select. So it's gonna be a really fun comparison. And the question is, price-wise, is it worth spending $15,000, nearly $20,000 more for that Ford Bronco over this Forerunner? Because this is like mid $40,000 range. All right, that right front is about to climb. Oh, looking good. All right, cut the wheel. I think now we're beyond the scary part. So cut the wheel to the driver's side and we're just gonna crawl it. Perfect, perfect. All right, stop. Yeah.
You need to cut more left.
We can try.
Here, maybe I'll go crawl control.
So what's happening is, since you don't have the front locker,
Yeah.
the wheel, the passenger front has all the traction.
It's driving me, yeah.
But it's not spinning until you get well on the throttle, and then it keeps scooting you closer to the
So at
tree.
this point, I just turned on multi-terrain select for rock,
Okay.
which should minimize that. It
All
should
right.
actually act as a front locker to a certain degree, if we have enough room in the back to do that.
All right, we'll see what happens. Oh, A! Oh, A!
Okay, what do I need to do now?
I think what we need to do, I mean, at this point, if
I don't like that tree.
I don't like that tree.
Okay.
Dude, just crawl it slowly.
Forward or back?
Forward. We're gonna clear the taillight. If you go hard, driver.
Hard drive.
Yeah. All right. You're through.
Okay, and then which way?
And then go hard passenger. Looking good, yep. You're good.
Okay, so what do we got? Oh! You know, it's not great, but it happens.
Brian, dude, I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool, man. It was my choice. I did it. My line could have been better. I should have backed up instead of just pushing through. But you know what? It's my truck. and I'm okay with it.
Well, Ryan has the best attitude I've ever seen on any video. I am genuinely bewildered why he wants to keep going. But
I've rolled cars, man. I'm still shiny side up, so we're good.
We'll go with that. So we got this big ass rock, which I've never seen before. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Watch your foot. Watch your foot. I'm guiding. Your knees. We got this. All the way off.
Trail improved. So I just got back from this really cool Moab trip, and I've got these really amazing air downers I really wanted to show off. But I was so frazzled getting into the shoot this morning I forgot to bring them. So today we are using a zip tie to air down a $63,000 Ford Bronco, and then the tire pressure gauge in the trunk. Alright Ryan, so after the disaster that was the Razor Rocks, we are now at Truth or Dare.
I think we have to do Dare.
Right, okay. We will do Dare, so we're just going to keep crawling up here and see what happens. So I do feel horrible that Ryan dented his Forerunner. You know, we were so close to clearing that obstacle, and I really thought it would do it with the crawl control on, but what ended up happening is the front end just didn't have enough grip on that jagged surface on the right side. It was sending all of its power to the left, where there just wasn't any traction, because it was in the air, and then the whole vehicle shifted and feel horrible. But we're coming up to Truth and Dare here. Got my rear locker engaged, and today is a case where I am very fortunate that it a front locker. The worst part about the Bronco is just how large it is for some of these Colorado trails. On my way to another example of trail damage if I'm not careful. I think we're gonna clear it though. And just like that we are through. But this thing is wide, it's super wide. And that is one of the challenges that faces off-roading in the Ford Bronco.
Yeah, straighten out. Yep. Just drive right around and you're good.
In the front, so I can't see. There's nothing in front of me, is there?
No, you're good. So what we have basically is this ledge, and in places it's like 2-3 feet. It's pretty meaty.
Yeah.
I don't even think that the Forerunner has the angles.
It doesn't have the angles. I don't have any extra underbody protection, and my control arms hang a little low. A lot of people will add extra body armor on those. I don't have that.
Right.
So if I hit them, it's going to be a real long drive back to Seattle. So I'm not going to do that. Are you going to do that?
You know what?
I would love to see that.
I'm going to try to do that.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fair.
I think I'm going to put the Bronco in all of its off-road goodies and try the trail control.
I want to see that.
See if it'll work.
And on this side, it's pretty steep. It's very loose. I mean, we almost fell over just walking up here. It's probably looser than it looks. And I'm going to use crawl control on this side just to kind of show off how that feature works.
Right, let's see what happens.
Right, let's do it.
All right, so for some reason, I'm now going to try to drive a $60,000 Bronco up a cliff. We're gonna see what happens. I like that, Ryan. For God and country. So we're gonna try using the trail control. So I'm gonna start out by having everything unlocked, sway bar disconnected, and then the one pedal trail control driving turned on. Set to 1 mile an hour. Ooh, 1 mile an hour might be too fast. The only time you'll ever be able to say 1 mile an hour might be too fast. So let's see how the approach angle is. Crawl, Bronco.
You also aren't on any of the rocks you put there.
Crawl. Come on, it's set, it's on. Crawl. There it goes. Woohoo! Woohoo! Now the Ford Bronco is rolling on stock rubber. This is the Goodyear Territory MT. Nearly a 35-inch tall tire, so significantly bigger than what you'd find on a Toyota, but this is a factory stock vehicle. No aftermarket upgrades at all, except for the top, which is made by Best Top. It's actually a Ford accessory. This has been fun, but I'm going to go ahead and lock the diffs and see what happens. So front and rear locker engaged. In a million years, I didn't think I would have the grip to do that.
Dude, that's impressive.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I do have to say, the Bronco is pretty cool there. Now this is why you bought a soft top though. You see this tree? Watch this. I can just go whoop. Aha! So the trail control, I mean, it works, but it's not, it's a little ham-fisted, to be brutally honest with you. I'd want just a little bit more sophistication when it comes to coming down that kind of thing. But we did clear it. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing down. I'm gonna go left through the trees again. Oh, yes. Look at that.
Nice. Okay, on the ledge. You're dropping. Your exhaust is possibly gonna hit. Oh, you're good.
Ah! This thing is a chunker, but it's got good approach in the perch radius. So I know some of the comments are gonna be like, oh, you gotta do that in the Forerunner to make it fair. And like, yeah, okay, I get it. I get the criticism. But the thing is, I mean, we're talking a 1.5 foot drop right here. There's just too much plastic both on the front and the back of that Forerunner without doing some pretty major damage. So Ryan's gonna take this left side, which is really steep and loose, less ledgy though. But the danger is he might get a Rocky Mountain tattoo on the other side if he's not careful. So we're gonna keep the quarter panels off the rocks. We are really gonna test the lateral stability of those Falcon tires because it is off kilter. Look at that control though on the Forerunner. So it started to slip just a little bit as the tires began to lose grip. But Ryan did it. He really did. Impressive stuff. Whoa. Hold up. Yeah. Let me get this branch. Hang on. Let me get this branch right out of the way.
I'm not going to put the brakes on. I'm just going to roll back, make sure you're clear.
Yep.
How's my back? Am I going to grind?
No, you've got the departure. I checked it up back there. Yeah.
I thought that was going to be easier.
Well, that's what I did.
Yeah. Oh, fine. I see how it is. The Bronco there makes it look easy.
I wonder if it's a tire thing.
It might be a tire thing. Those things are like pushed out.
Like these seem to have a lot of forward traction, but not a lot of like side to side.
The lateral traction is not winning on these. No, they're not. Which is a revelation for me with these tires because you got to really push it to the extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did.
Ryan, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Do not be apologetic. It is not your fault. The guy behind the wheel is the one who ultimately bears responsibility, and I'm cool with it. You know what? It's just body work. I'm okay, you're okay. Nobody got hurt, and so, you know, that's kind of the fun of this. And I saw this amazing Colorado course. This is great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I really appreciate that attitude. I think that both vehicles are very capable, right?
Very capable.
I think the Bronco feels like a modified vehicle relative to the Forerunner.
It does, absolutely. And you know, and you brought up an earlier point. I don't know if this is going to be on camera or not, but earlier you talked about the tires, because what you're seeing from the outside and what I'm feeling is a lot more lateral slide than what this vehicle did. Now, it could come down to better reach because of the disconnectable sway bar. It could come down to, you know, just my line. Who knows? But it did feel like those Wild Peaks really weren't quite as aggressive as these were.
So on the next episode, we're going to go to Washington and bring something that we can do a lot of damage to.
Absolutely.
And then that's your mission.
That sounds good. Come out to our course.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
right on. Thanks
Ryan.
again.
Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.